Officially Wiz, you don't have to keep typing it every time someone new comes into chat. I appreciate you though. There's a giant bar on the screen. Just let it just ease into it, bud. We got plenty of time. Let's not make it a focus of what's going on. Oh, I got you, Wikipedia. Less than 100 per day? I guess that's not too bad. You're very keen right now, Wiz. Just tone it down. Aren't you supposed to find random resources? Yeah, we're getting random resources. See, there's diamonds. There's lapis lazuli. Over there, some redstone. There's some stone there. So yeah, we're finding them. 1,000 per day? That light bulb keeps blinking, and I don't understand why. It's the second time it's done that. We are doing a lot of digging. We're purposely digging out this entire hole, Bright Shiny. We're building a creeper farm. So I'm digging this entire thing all the way down to bedrock. I'm not looking for resources right now. I'm literally removing block. You're at 116 for the day? I've only had about 8. But I usually don't get the hate mail until after I stream. Creeper Farm will give me gunpowder, which I need for rockets so I can fly around the world like this. And it'll also give me gunpowder to make TNT if I want to use it for later. Creepers are the green guys that blow up and kill people. Wiz, that's hilarious. So I'm taking a design. Couldn't you simply make one of those creeper farms in the ocean? This is the ocean. See? That's water. If I press F3, look at our biome. Deep, lukewarm ocean. We are 100% in the ocean, my friend. So yeah, I could make one in the ocean. Biz nozzle. No. If you mean one floating in the air, sure, but I don't want to do that. I want to build it down here closer to the ground. What all does TNT need in the game to make? Gunpowder and sand. You need 5 sand and 4 gunpowder. Or 5 gunpowder and 4 sand. I don't know. It's gunpowder and sand. Not snad. I don't know what snad is. But you use sand for a lot of things. You use sand for concrete, you use sand for glass, you use sand for TNT. I feel like using sand for TNT is a waste because you don't really need TNT at the end of the day. So I'd rather save it for glass and for concrete. But in 1.18, finding a very large desert is very, very difficult. And we haven't found one yet. So I don't have a large, near infinite source of sand. We only have what little bit of ocean we have in the beaches, and that's it. TNT's fun, but in order for you to use it effectively, you need a lot. And my whole theory is if you're building TNT to save time, you've used up all the time that you would have saved making the TNT. sourcing the sand, getting the sand, sourcing the gunpowder, getting the gunpowder, crafting all the TNT, putting it into boxes. Then you have to place it and charge it. It's just too much time. By the time you do all of that, you're finished with the project if you just actually dig it out. It's just doing this isn't the most glamorous way to play Minecraft, and I totally get it. But it has to be done. Just like with the gold farm. Now that the gold farm's done, it's beautiful, it's glorious. You want to look at it, you want to stand there and watch everything die. And that was worth all the hard work I put into it. We'll have the same result with creepers here very soon. You're going to see creepers falling and dying and en masse. It's going to be beautiful. But we got to get there first. Watching on mobile while you eat. Go for it, dude. Whee. How far down do you need to go, or is it more I'm gonna go? Is it more I'm gonna find out? So the bottom of the world is minus 64, and right now we're standing on minus 52. But the bedrock of the world starts at minus 59. So all we have to do is get to minus 59. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a slab floor on top to spawn-proof the floor. We're just going down to bedrock to ensure that there's no random caves anywhere for monsters to spawn. Because once we eliminate the possibility of those caves, everything else is easy. But these blocks we can use for construction later, or for filling in things. So we'll have, you know, 100,000 blocks that we can use for building. How are the creepers going to get killed? Gravity. So there's a build on the internet. I'll show you my thought process, and we'll kind of go over it. There's a build on the internet that looks like, oh, let me find it. That looks like this. And what it is, it's a simple dark room spawner that uses trapdoors to make the height perfect for creepers. And there's cats on either end that scare them into a hole. And when they drop down the hole, they travel down some water, they go to some like blue fire, and they die. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take this build and we're going to times it by 2. And we're going to make it look like this. Hold on. It's going to look like this roughly. So 1, 2, 3, 4 with 4 cats. It's going to scare the creepers down. And then originally, I had them falling down to their death and then having storage. But I think what we might do is, we might do this. So, 4 cats. So what it's going to look like, it's going to look like this. Check this out. We're going to have 1. We're going to have 2. We're going to have 3. And we're going to have 4. Now, each of these are going to fall down their own chutes. So they're going to have, like, brackets here. Okay? And these brackets are going to water feed. So we're going to have an opening here in the middle. And these are going to be 32 layers. So this is 1 layer. We're going to have 32 layers. 32 layers. But in the middle is going to be an AFK spot. Okay? We're going to have the AFK spot in the middle here. And what's going to happen is all of these creepers are going to fall into a water pool here at the bottom. Then they're going to be bubble elevatored back up and water pulled again into the middle, and they're going to fall all the way down and die. That's how I want to do it. So instead of having it to where there's 23 blocks of falling, there's a kill zone, there's hoppers, and then there's storage, instead of having 30-something blocks to have them fall and die, that gets us from the bottom of the world, we're going to have it to where they fall and die at the bottom of the world. And everything is going to get sorted and put into chests. That way we could make the farm as compact as possible, but also effective. The only problem is the mobs are going to be alive for a while because they're going to cycle around the water and they're not going to die very fast. But it's worth the shot, right? We'll build it and see what happens. So this is my custom take on making this an effective farm. That way we can keep it as low as possible. And because this build is turning out the way it's turning out, and because we're using this to farm gunpowder, I'm going to make this into a shotgun shell. So it's going to be a shotgun shell when it's all said and done, as the final design for the outside of it. So that's my current train of thought. But I figure once we reach a loop of getting the creatures spawned and dead, it should be a pretty consistent loop of just creepers dying and yielding us loot. We just have to come up with a plan to make everything... It's going to be a lot of water elevators, and it's going to be a lot of hope that the creepers kind of cooperate with us. It's gonna be confusing. I like being plowed. So that's what we currently have going on in my head as a scheme. Whether it actually works or not, it's a whole different thing. But we'll find out. That's what we're here for. And in that middle block, what will stop spiders? Carpet. And in that middle area where I'm going to be AFK, we're also going to have storage for all the gunpowder. It'll collect at the bottom and come up to the top and sort into chests. It'll be a heavily water system, I think. But yeah, you put carpet in certain areas and it stops spiders from spawning. Just like how we did in our original mob farmer, Born. Water elevator is the best part of the plan. There's going to be a bunch. There's going to be a bunch. So yeah, we're gonna be building it all from scratch because I've never seen anything like it online. So it's gonna be a completely original but fun creeper farm. It's gonna be convoluted and weird, but hopefully it works and looks nice. Bro, man, we're gonna be sorting creepers and gunpowder with water streams. It's gonna be very interesting. Look, guys, it's the beacon. It's right there. That's so cool. We built that beacon down there at the very beginning of the build. Oh yeah, bro, man, you can totally do that. I just am not interested in doing something like that. And then all these ores we're collecting, we're gonna sort through them all later and see what all we have and what we're doing and etc. etc. Vientos, are you still here, bud? He ran off, chat. He disappeared. Never to be heard from again. Huh. At least we got a lot left. Let's go down here and clear out some of this. Mew, what happened to your super awesome and amazing mob farm? I thought you were getting good drops and stuff from that. Why was I tagged down in the Discord? What's going on? Oh. Oh. We are going to make a creeper farm, just not right now. We got to get together and dig out an entire nether perimeter. We got to dig out 2 of them. Did you ever find a location? I mean, are we going to use that area that Mew found cheating with a mini-map as a place for the Wither Skeleton farm, bro man? There'll forever be an asterisk on that. You're using a mini-map mod that tells you where all the enemies and stuff is, Mew. When you showed us the picture of where you saw the fortress at, it showed you where all the enemies are. That's completely different than trying to run this for you guys. The Optifine's only for you guys. I can turn it off if you want, but you won't see any of my builds. I don't know what point you're trying to prove. This doesn't give me an unfair advantage. That minimap gives you an unfair advantage. You can see things coming up before you get to them. I would say if you're playing single player, that's fine, but you're in a multiplayer server. I feel like it's a little much. Maps are cool. That's great if you're playing single player, Speedworks. MT Shaw, that's true. I don't think the mini-map is allowed in official speedruns, is it? I don't know. I just feel like it creates an unfair advantage to the other players on the server. If he's running around with free information that no one else knows about. Yeah, MT, but that's just it though. Is that part of the server or is that a client side thing that you have? Mew, that doesn't matter. That means you can see the Z and the X of any mod in your any mob in your area. You don't have to know the Y. You know where all the mobs are. I just feel like it's a little much. MT, I made a snide comment and Mew is trying to compare Optifine to that minimap mod. Mew found an area for us to put a mob farm in the server, and he posted a screen cap of the minimap, and it shows everything, and I just feel like that's a little much. That's all. And I just feel like in a multiplayer setting, it kind of creates a disadvantage. But it's whatever. Que sera, sera, I suppose. But yeah, the whole Optifine thing, I only run it for stream. Otherwise, I wouldn't use it. But I also probably wouldn't be playing 50 hours of Minecraft a week. Unless I was streaming it. Yeah, I don't really care much about the Connected Textures Wikipedia. I went to elementary school. You know those big glass blocks that are like... you can't see through them? We had a whole hallway that was those glass blocks, and I remember being mesmerized by them as a kid. And they had like mortar in between the two of them, or the blocks. I mean, I grew up with that, so I'm used to seeing that all the time. Well, would you play City Skylines KSP if I wasn't playing Minecraft? That's a good question. I mean, I'd probably be playing City Skylines and dealing with all the high school drama that's over there. I don't have any drama over here. It's nice and free over here. I get to have fun and just play games. Glass, is that what they're called, as glass bricks? Well, the school I went to was old. I grew up in a very, very small town out in the middle of nowhere. The school I went to, it was an entire elementary school, K through 5, and there were four school buses for the entire district or whatever. They had to get more buses and add more to the school as you know, years went on. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would be playing right now. I think I would just go find some second-rate RP server and play GTA, I guess. Oh, man, I still hit the ground? Cheap. Cheap. Ah! No! No! I broke the scaffolding. I hadn't done that this entire time. Damn it. What a heckin' nerd. Was it really that high? Holy cow.